That is Cam Cox of 12 News here on Doug Franz Unplugged, presented by Whirlwind Golf Club at Wild Horse Pass. This is the first time we've had you on from the new newsroom. So what kind of insight can you give us on everything behind you?
Welcome to NASA Mission Control. The spaceship is still going around the moon. We will schedule another launch here soon.
Doesn't it kind of look like that? Like
it looks exactly like that. What I'm entertained by is the fact that you being from Texas, you went all Houston on us.
I did.
You can't say Houston, you have a problem from Houston, just so you know that. And also, I think it's Houston, we've got a problem.
It's not Houston, we got a problem. I think it's Houston, we had a problem.
We have. Yeah.
It sounds like had.
But
I think you're right. Have Houston, yeah.
I know what Tom Hanks said. I don't have any idea what they actually said. That's what's.
Guess you guys got to figure out how to put a square peg in a round hole. Got it.
Yeah, and they did it. All right. What's going on? Let's start with Cardinals because this is going to sound funny. I'm airing the interview on the podcast, even though when everybody else hears me do the podcast, I will have listened to the entire Cardinals press conference. But as I'm talking to you, I have not. So I'm going to ask you the very generic question of, was there anything you grabbed onto when 32 teams do these pressers and say nothing? Was there 1 minute of it where you go, okay?
Yes, there was. Monty Ossenfort said the calls this week about trading are basically BS. He didn't use that term, Dougie, okay? You know what I mean? Paraphrasing.
Yeah.
But basically he admits like, hey, teams – I just thought it was fascinating because I don't think I've heard that nugget before, and I've been to a lot of these press conferences. Listen, folks, GMs and head coaches are not tipping their hand. Please don't read into too much of what they're saying. There is not a chance on God's green earth that they're going to tell you a week out from the draft what they're doing, or who they like, or where they're going to move to, or what they value, and blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, folks. It's not going to happen. Listen to it. Take it all with a grain of salt. Anything draft-related, just take a deep breath, okay? Let's not overreact to anything. But Monty Ossenfort did say this. He said GMs will call around, GM scouts, people in the front office will call around this week just to see, like, hey, you interested in trading 3? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. We'll talk next week. Click.
Yeah.
Or they'll pick up the phone and be like, "Hey, you interested in moving back? Okay, cool. Just wanted to ask. Thanks, bye."
Yeah.
So that's what they do this week. That's what they do leading up to the draft. Most of the trade talks, I was trying to rack my brain before we got on this, like what trades have been really agreed to right before the draft. Not really very many, if I can remember any. And so next week, as you get close to draft day, really on draft day is when they really ramp up. But I do like the little cat and mouse the week before. Hey, I'm just going to call every GM. I'm going to call every GM in my phone and see how that works. So
I hit the wrong button on my phone as you were yapping.
What are you doing?
I just got the text from Jackson Asher, my Rattlers insider, who does a piece for the podcast. And I forgot to turn the phone on Do Not Disturb, so then it went delete in our conversation. But I was listening to you, and then as I tried to put it on Do Not Disturb, I hit play, and then all of a sudden he started talking. Like, no, wait, I got to listen to it in a minute.
I hope all your viewers know how hard you work on this podcast. It is so impressive. You are up all night. They need to know the work you put in is very few in this business work harder to put out a product like you do. Very few. When they are asleep, you're up. When they're getting up for breakfast, you're up. I still don't know when you sleep.
I sleep every day from about 9 to noon.
That is crazy. You are a machine.
I am a machine.
Anyways, that's what I took away from Monty. I thought that line was funny. Another big thing that I saw that was making their rounds on social media, Doug, and they didn't want to name a starting quarterback. Go figure. They're not going to tell us who to start. I will tell you. I'm telling you this on Doug Franz Unplugged podcast, sponsored by
Whirlwind Golf Club at Wild Horse Pass.
There you go. I am telling you
that without me saying it though.
No, but you have to say it. I can't say it. You say it.
It's on the wall. Okay.
You say it. You see what I'm saying with team.
I see.
I will say it. Jacoby Brissett is the starter. If they had to play
not Ty Simpson.
if they had to play a football game today,
okay,
Jacoby Brissett is the starting quarterback. If they don't take a quarterback in this draft, at least a top one, Jacoby Brissett is the starting quarterback. They are going into this season with Jacoby being the starter. Yelda Froholt the other day at Cardinals raved about how much he respects Jacoby and how much talent Jacoby has and how he's looking forward to playing with Jacoby.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Jacoby's the starting quarterback. Gunnar Minshew's the backup. That's where they're at. They're not going to say that. I get it. But that's where they're at. Even if they draft a quarterback, I still think Jacoby's the starter. Give the young kid some time.
The young kid. So let's say pick number. What number is it that, okay, they're on the clock. So pick 20, pick 25. Ty Simpson's still on the board.
Yeah.
When do you start paying attention? When do you start thinking, hey, is this going to happen? Do the Cardinals want him? Do you think Ty Simpson is going to be a Cardinal?
I do. And I'm gonna preference this by saying a few things here. One, there is still a large part of me that believes they're gonna draft Jeremiah Love 3rd overall.
Do the Jets have anything to do with it? Like, do they think they want David Bailey and Bailey's gone, so it's Love? Do you think they want Arvell Reese and the Jets take Reese, so it's Love? Or do you think they just want Jeremiah Love and that's it?
I think they want Jeremiah Love. Now, Doug, listen, maybe I'm reaching for the stars there. And I'll tell you why. You and I have had these conversations. They need stars, playmakers, guys that move the needle. Go back, listen, I get fans who come at me and they're like, what about the lines? I understand, but we've tried it the other way for I don't know how long. Go back and look at the Cardinals rosters over the years, Doug. Stars in the NFL, there's just not a lot of them on these Cardinals teams, right? You need guys that move the needle. You need guys that put the ball in the end zone. I've always believed, and I've done this before. You go back and look at Pro Bowl offensive linemen. Sure, there's a handful of them that have been in the first round, but every year there's also a bunch of them that were in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th round. You know what I mean? Heck, for a long time, the Cardinals started 2 guys. Do you know where they were drafted? Late, very late. A.Q. Shipley and Lyle Sinline, okay? And they were cornerstones of this organization for a long time. Don't tell me you can't find good talent on the offensive line throughout the draft. There have been a number of guys that our good friend Bruce Cooper, who puts on his draft in the middle of the season, like draft this offensive lineman, and he has a talent for finding offensive linemen, Dougie, because he always can find them. But they're starting. He'll tell me, hey, guy, draft this guy in the 3rd round. Never heard of him, and all of a sudden he's starting for somebody, you know, in on another team in the NFL. It's crazy. So you can find talent. Now the comeback is you can also find running backs and other skill players in the later rounds. I get it. They just need to do some things that move the needle, Doug, right now, because we've seen it. This organization has kind of hit a really lull with this fan base, with the excitement level here in the Valley. D-backs are playing well. Suns are doing things. I get it. Football is football, but the Cardinals need to do something. So part of me hopes that they see that in Jeremiah Love and can make it happen. And then the second thing is Ty Simpson. That would move the needle. Getting a quarterback that you believe in, that people around the NFL some people think is the best quarterback in this draft. Some people think is going to make a really good pro prospect. I don't think, Doug, you can wait past 15, 20. 20 seems somewhere in there. You know what I mean?
Unlike a lot of other, talking heads in the city of Phoenix, you actually played.
Yes, not well.
So I asked this question: when did you make the complete transformation from college football player to suit? Because you don't draft somebody just because your team is boring. You've got to know that guy is incredible. You are going all entertainment tonight on me.
Doug,
draft Jeremiah Love because we need a buzz. No,
we need a star player. He seems like a star to me.
I think you and I could make the team at offensive line. I do. So therefore, it doesn't matter if you have Jeremiah Love back there if he's going to get destroyed.
Yeah, Doug, but I feel like they can find some pieces on this O-line. You're gonna draft.
Then they would have found them by now.
Yeah. I'm not saying you're not wrong, Doug. I get it. I get the counter argument. I get it. But they need playmakers. Give Mike LaFleur some playmakers. Every other team's got playmakers. Cardinals are still struggling with that. We don't know what we have in Marvin Harrison Jr. Sorry, it's the reality. Michael Wilson. Go ahead.
I have not declared this, but I will to you so you can feel good. Jeremiah Love will be the third pick in the draft unless somebody makes – I totally believe Monty wants to pull a Paris Johnson. They want to trade down, and they want picks. And he also knows this is not a quarterback draft, and therefore the chances of getting a good deal to move down are not very high. And therefore, I totally believe they take Jeremiah Love. Like I 100% believe take Jeremiah Love because look at the Rams and look at the 49ers. Look at every system that ever hired a LaFleur.
Okay, there we go.
They've had somebody like a Jeremiah Love to really make that offense go. I honestly believe it was at the point where if you're LaFleur, you came in and said on your interview, I know what I need. What are we doing in the 2026 draft? Let's talk about it right now.
Yeah.
And I bet he said, I want Love.
And Doug, listen, like this conservative stuff with Monty, like you gotta risk it a little bit, man. Like, I don't know how much longer you can preach. We're gonna build the trenches. We're gonna do this. It didn't work. Mm-hmm. We've tried it. Like, I get it. You're still looking for some of those guys. Some of those guys need to pan out that you invested in. But if you're Monty, there's no way you can think that seat is comfortable enough to just say, hey, we're just going to keep building and hopefully this pans out in 2 years. Doug, if they have another season, they have another losing season, he's gone, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Maybe they give Mike some grace. Maybe he's bought him another year. But if you don't see improvement from the guys from Marv, if Paris doesn't become an all-pro left tackle, if Darius Robinson doesn't pan out, if Walter Nolan is hurt again, Garrett Wilson, should we keep? I mean, you know what? If Will Johnson doesn't take another step at corner, like all these guys, like there's some pressure now to get this thing moving, and they need, in my eyes, they need some more playmakers. You could find good offensive linemen, but you can't find true star talent in this league. It's just hard to do. To me, Jeremiah Love kind of screams that. The same way Bijan Robinson did a few years ago. The same way, if you can point to, I don't think he's Adrian Peterson back in the day, but he's a guy you can definitely plug in that offense and get it going. And then if Trey can stay Trey, if Marvin can find something, right, can find some consistency, if Michael Wilson is the guy we all saw, in the back half of the year last year, then it's like, then this offense can move the needle, and they have to be better. Plain and simple.
I want to go on the record and let you know I want David Bailey. I believe the choice will be Jeremiah Love.
You want David Bailey?
I want David. You graduate from Stanford in 3 years, and you're that brilliant and you're that good.
Okay.
Yes, I want you.
What about Ty Simpson?
Ty Simpson. This is a cop-out by me, and I admit it. I am not privileged to interview him because I need to know what happened. Why were you the best quarterback in the 2025 season for the first month and a half, and you were just kind of there for the last 3 or 4 games? What happened? What happened?
Where did it go?
Where did it go? And he might give me great answers. I might be able to watch the film with him and find out it was everybody else's fault. There were some injuries with Alabama. I don't know what happened, but I want to hear it from him. I want to see him break down film. I want him to talk to me about football. And if he, massages my concerns, then I'm willing to pull the Lamar Jackson trick and trade back into the first round so I get the magic 5th-year option, which I want, and then I'm okay with it. But if he doesn't impress me in the meetings, then I'm going to say, I don't know what happened to the young man, but people started to figure him out. So I'm not going to trade any of my 2027 draft capital to go get a guy I'm not sure about. And my need at quarterback never makes that the right quarterback. Too many people think, well, we got to draft a quarterback.
I'm with you on that. You and I agree.
Then.
Yeah, correct. Like I hate the argument every year. Paul Calvisi and I get in this argument all the time because I know he loves a good quarterback competition. You know what I mean? And a few years ago when there was like 17 quarterbacks, in the first round, he'd be like, "Oh, Cam, all these quarterbacks, who's moving?" And I'm just like, "Paul, stop it." You know what I mean?
Where are they now?
Like exactly, Doug. Like reaching for quarterbacks is tough. Here's what I'll say that maybe will calm you down on that just a little bit. You and I can't interview him. We're not going to talk to Ty Simpson before the draft. But if Monty and Mike pull the trigger and trade up to get him, to me that says something. Mike LaFleur, if there's one thing I've learned, Doug, in this short time that Mike has been hired, that dude knows ball. Like he is very highly thought of in very smart circles in the NFL, from a talent evaluator, from a play caller, from a guy who could just sit there and talk X's and O's. I hope one day we can get that opportunity with him just to talk X's and O's football with him, because I think it'd be fascinating.
Yeah.
And I just think he'd blow your mind with what he knows. So if Monty, who isn't necessarily the guy to go out and make that kind of a splash move and that investment, and Mike, who comes in and is this offensive guru and is known for surrounding himself with people he believes in, to me that says something.
Okay.
To me, I will drink that Kool-Aid if that's the move that they make, and for the first time in a while, the Cardinals will have some buzz.
I would vote Jordan Ott about third or fourth in the Coach of the Year voting. I would say Devin Booker is I'm ready to say he's the greatest son of all time. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. They stunk Tuesday night. Those two human beings stunk Tuesday night.
Doug, I was so mad. I was so mad.
Yes.
I was so mad, Doug. I'm still kind of upset.
I am too.
Because, Doug, this Suns team, it's a good basketball team. Just like the D-backs. It's a good baseball team. You know what I mean? This Suns team is light years better than the stuff we watched last year with Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, the not caring, the no energy, the bad body, all the above. Like this Suns team, they care. They like each other. They play hard. Like this city, we appreciate things like that. We'll get behind you. And they've done it again. They've rallied the Valley again. It's not quite to the team that went to the finals, but like it's close, close as far as care from our city, right?
Yes.
They brought that joy back in watching Suns basketball again. The other night was perplexing for a number of reasons. One, I'll start with Book. He is the guy. He is the Suns guy. He is our guy in this city. He's not going anywhere. He's going to retire his son, but he needs to play better. And he needs to play better in big moments. The missed free throws, you can't have it. One, you just can't do that. And he admitted that after the game. The second thing, Doug, he cannot pass up that last shot. I don't care if Jalen Green is going for 70. Don't you dare pass up that last shot. Shea isn't doing that. The Joker isn't doing that. Go down the list. Pick a team who's got a top 15 superstar. They're not passing up that last shot. Book in his whole career, did it a lot when KD was here, but his whole career, I know he takes a lot of pride in always making the smart basketball play. But I know for a fact there are also people around him telling him, hey, man, put your foot on the gas and go. And the other night was one of those examples. He needed to take that shot, go win the game for the Suns, call it a day. He had a bite in the postgame, was like, I could have hit that shot and sent it to overtime. And I'm like that guy on TikTok who just goes, yes. So he's got to play better. This is another elimination game for Book. He's 0-4 in them. 3 games he stunk. The 4th game he dropped near 50, and they got swept by the T-Wolves. Here's the 5th game for Book. See if he can break the streak. All right. So he's got to play better. And number 2, Jordan Ott's got to put a bigger lineup on the floor. I'm sorry. Tired of watching it. We've watched it way too long, Dougie, and it's very frustrating. There must be something wrong with Mark Williams. There just must be. I was going to say,
although I agree with you, here's the problem. If the Portland Trailblazers are pushing Mark Williams into the second row, I don't want the small ball lineup either, but how am I going big if Mark Williams doesn't play like a big?
With Doug, that's a couple things there. He's got to. Like, you brought him here. You have to. There's clearly something there. Either he's hurt or he's not the dominant center that we were all hoping for, which is okay. He's still, they kind of.
Yeah, but so you say he's got to. I've got to get to Goodyear Fit Body Boot Camp, and I don't. I mean, we can say somebody's got to, and it's not happening.
So then put in Oso. Like, put in Kaman Malawach. Like, I think Man has deserved some playing time in these playoffs. Like, listen, he ain't going to get you 20 and 10, but he'll get you 5 and 15. And the other night, Doug, that might have helped. Like, what bugged me is Denny Avdia. He had a free path to the basket all night. Put your body in front of him. Push him. Pull his jersey. Something. And they didn't do it at all. They left Jordan Goodwin, God bless the man, on an island all night. All night. Not one adjustment. And so they got something has to change.
I don't know what's worse, deciding on Sunday or Monday we're going to guard a Villa with Goodwin, or not adjusting after they realized somebody sat in a conference room and said, let's use Goodwin on him.
No, but Doug,
how did that even happen?
Sure, but okay, do it. But then you see it's not working. And that was my point in the second half. They didn't throw a body at him, nothing. And Jordan today at practice was like, hey, we'll do it. We'll do whatever it takes to win. I asked him point blank, are you going to have a bigger lineup on the floor? And his comment back was like, listen, we got the pieces to get it done. We'll do whatever it takes.
Well, I'm with you.
What does that mean? I don't know, but it's something. Mark Williams, by the way, appeared on the injury report. The only person on the injury report the other night going into game one or going into the first play in the game was Grayson Allen. Now all of a sudden Mark Williams is on there. Maybe there's more to that story than there. I thought that was interesting. But listen, if Ray Allen didn't teach basketball all these things a handful of years ago against the Spurs, you got to have somebody on the floor who can get a rebound, who can box out, who can I just don't get it. I understand why teams go small sometimes, but like in that situation, to just take a rim protector off the floor or take a guy, just a big body who can be in the middle and get a rebound in crunch time, I just don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. And hopefully they change that.
You guys have D-backs tonight, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. What a crazy day, Doug. Are you coming downtown?
I forgot to reach out to get a parking space, but I was thinking about it. But I also need to read The Beast this weekend.
Oh, that's right.
I'm not done reading The Beast.
Does your viewers know what The Beast is? I've learned.
This is The Beast.
Yeah, what Doug is showing me for all the viewers who are just listening for audio.
This is
a binder that looks like 3 Bibles.
Yeah, and then here's the like the notes. The blank side has the notes written on it for each guy. That's how that works.
It is a massive book that Doug. He asked me the other day, "Have you ever read The Beast?" I'm like, I didn't. I was
gotta read The Beast.
Yeah. And so now I've learned that is the draft encyclopedia.
And I compare and contrast then with the notes that I wrote during the college season.
Yeah.
And then I see which ones that I like. So back to your question, I have not decided quite what I'm doing. I did not put in for a Suns credential, so I know I'm not going to that game, but I have a D-backs credential. And if I don't go tonight, then I know I don't have time the rest of the homestand. So I'm highly interested. They deserve every ounce of attention they can possibly get. It's not normal to, like, some teams can go 6-3, but to flat out win every series of a 3-city road trip with no off days in the road trip, that is absolutely abnormal.
Well, Doug, and especially with this schedule to start, like, listen, it's why I kept trying to tell fans, don't freak out after that Dodgers series. Please don't. And also, they played the Dodgers really well. What did the D-backs do right after that? They showed exactly what Torrey has preached all offseason, what these guys have talked about, that this is a good baseball team. And yes, there are some nights the bullpen wants to make you just throw your arms up in the air and be like, what's happening? But every team has issues here and there. It doesn't always happen that way. For the most part, the bullpen's been really good. The young guys are getting it done. The offense is coming around little by little, right? Jose Hernandez, yes way Jose, right? Adrian Del Castillo. He tried to tell us, we had a chance to talk to him, Doug, in spring training, and he was like, hey, just wait till I'm healthy. Wait till I'm fully healthy. I'm going to be ready to go. He's showing why the D-backs, the plan was all along before he got hurt was to DH him because his bat belongs in that lineup. Now they have questions about what they're going to do with the pitching staff. They're going to send Brandon Pfaadt back to the bullpen. I think that's a good call. Can't wait to see Merrill. You know, he pitched well in his debut. It'd be interesting to see how he fits in that rotation too as well. They're doing exactly what they need to do. Paul Sewald leads baseball in saves. Like this was kind of the plan, and they have to hold serve. They keep doing this, Doug. They'll be in a great position for when reinforcements start coming their way in June, in July, and August, and then we can see what kind of run this team can make.
I actually agreed with everything you said until the reinforcements. I don't like that line, that company line of thinking, because rarely does somebody come walking back, shake Tommy John's hand, and suddenly have a below 3 ERA for the rest of the year. You know, sure. I think these guys are going to come back this year and start to throw in order to be ready for 27. I don't expect great things from them in 26. Well, I hope to be wrong. But to your other points, there's some shocking numbers here. This bullpen on this 3-city road trip, with the meltdown and the 7-1 blown lead, they had a below 3 ERA on that road trip. That's impressive. That shocked me. And then I got another one for you. And since you guys have the game tomorrow, are you going to interview? Are you going to have Torey on pregame?
We will. Okay. 5:45.
Let him know about this stat, because this is crazy. I mean, crazy. The catcher from Seattle, Garver, he's 4 for 4. He's the best catcher in baseball at the ABS challenges. Okay.
Yeah.
The second best catcher, ADC. He's 3 for 3. They're like, wait a minute. How can this guy who's not even supposed to be the starting catcher is the second best in baseball at ABS challenges?
Well, Doug, I don't know that answer, but I'll tell you what they told us in spring training, and I like Torey's method to it. The catchers make the call. It's their job to make the call. We talked to James McCann about this. Like, Torey from day one was telling the, hey, this is your thing.
Yep.
It's not the pitcher's thing. They're not going to worry about it.
There's about 8 teams who a pitcher has never made an ABS challenge, and the Diamondbacks are one of the 8.
Good. And they're not going to, Doug.
Yeah.
They don't even worry about it. It's not something they even think about. And I thought it was brilliant from Torey, because as James McCann was telling us, like, it takes all the pressure off them, and it lets the catcher somewhat control the game. Say his guy is struggling and a pitch is close and umpire calls it a ball. And, you know, James is going to tap it. You know, the catchers are going to tap their helmet just to see if they can get their pitcher some help there. Like, they're going to play little mind games there. But they're also, it's their job to see it from that standpoint. And they've practiced that from day one. So you're telling me the D-backs are near the top in that. It doesn't surprise me, because that's the call that they made very early on. And that's the stuff they practiced from day one, that this is how we're going to run it. And it's so far doing well.
Promote your pregame. What all are you guys doing?
Yeah, so D-backs and Blue Jays, defending AL champs, in town tonight. First pitch at 6:40. We will be live on the field. Pregame coverage starts at 3 o'clock with D-backs on deck. D-backs pregame show gets going at 6 o'clock tonight.
You're live on 12 News at 3 o'clock.
Live on 12. Every D-backs game on 12 News. We got an hour D-backs show from 3 to 4, and then we are live on the field at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock too as well. And,
so it's not one continuous show.
Well, no, we have one continuous show from 3 to 4. Every D-backs.
So 3 to 4, and then from 4 to 6, it's hits.
It's hits, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing a 3.5 hour all the time.
Yeah.
Like, that's
we talk a lot, Doug. That's too much talk.
I was gonna say I love baseball, but I would struggle on that.
I know. But it's a lot of fun being out there. We got a lot of cool guests lined up as always. If you miss anything, you can catch it on 12news.com or the 12 News YouTube page. So first pitch is 6:40. After the game, we'll have highlights, post-game reaction too as well. We'll also have highlights, post-game reaction to the Suns game. I hate that it's on Prime Video, but oh well.
Yeah. But where you really got robbed is if they would have won on Tuesday, they were on 12 News Sunday night.
So we were the plan, man. We had the plan ready, man. We were going to throw the biggest party this valley has ever seen, and they blew it.
Yeah,
they blew it. It's, you know what, but Warriors are going to be tough. I don't want to undersell that by any means. I don't know. People keep asking me, what do you think? I think the Suns are better, but the problem is you got one team going in one direction. You got another team rising, and the Warriors the other night, Doug, he looked like that dynasty is not as old as we all thought.
Oh yeah.
Jordan Knott had a great line today, like you can guard Steph Curry for 3 quarters and think he's all right, he's done, we good, we got him, and then all of a sudden, bang.
I have to look it up. I think he had 7 points at halftime. I think
27 in the he had 35, right?
Yeah.
27 in the second half.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right, I owe you one of these. Thank you.
Oh, cheers. No, I feel like
this is an A Mountain Amber Ale right here.
It's I'm not going to say the time.
What time it is? Oh yeah. I mean, everybody knows we're recording late at night. It's all good.
That's a dark beer, man. That is a dark.
It's A Mountain Amber. It's amber ale. So therefore, I don't want any. You know me. I'm not drinking yellow beer.
Okay. Well, come on. You know me. I don't drink a lot of beer to begin with. So you just tell me what's good, and I'll get one with you.
All right, we're going to 100 Mile Brew, or we're going to Bell's Nashville Kitchen, or we're going to Slice House by Tony Gemignani.
Ooh,
Slice House pizza is unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable.
Is it really? I haven't been there.
Oh, they're going to have about 15 more stores locally. So as soon as they start expanding, I'll take you to one of them. All right. Love you, brother. Thanks for coming on.
Dougie. Hey, tell your viewers, thanks for everything, man. It's always fun to catch up with you on this show. And we appreciate you every time you come in studio with us, my friend.